One C++ broadcaster sends one signal, and two independent Unreal actors react. The door begins opening while a separate beacon turns green. The broadcaster has no door pointer, no beacon pointer, and no receiver-specific calls. It only broadcasts OnSignalChanged with true. In this lesson, we will declare a dynamic multicast delegate, expose it as BlueprintAssignable, bind two UFUNCTION handlers with AddDynamic, broadcast one payload, and verify the result with a compiled Unreal Engine 5.5 level. 3 real runtime frames, exact logs, and automation. The declaration uses declare dynamic multicast delegate 1param. Dynamic makes the binding compatible with Unreal Reflection and Blueprint. Multicast allows more than one receiver. 1param means every listener receives the same Boolean active value. The generated F on signal change type is a contract for an event, not a stored gameplay state. All bound handlers must match the signature exactly. In this demo, both the door and beacon receive one Boolean named beActive. The broadcaster stores an F on signal changed property marked BlueprintAssignable. This makes the event visible in Blueprint as an assignable dispatcher, while the same property remains available to C++. Notice what is not exposed: no public array of doors, no beacon field, and no switch statement for every receiver class. The broadcaster owns the moment when the signal changes. Subscribers own their reactions. That separation is the main design benefit. During begin play, the door finds the signal emitter and calls AddDynamic with this and handle signal changed. The handler is marked UFUNCTION and accepts the same Boolean parameter as the delegate. When true arrives, the door starts its private opening animation. Its duration, hinge pivot, 90-degree target, colors, and completion flag remain inside the door class. The delegate communicates intent, while the receiver controls implementation. The beacon repeats the same subscription pattern. It binds its own handle signal changed function to the exact same event property. It does not inherit from the door and does not share the door's animation code. Its response is immediate. Store the active state, turn the lamp green, update the point light, change the label, and write a receiver-specific log line. Adding this second response required no modification to the broadcaster's activation function. After a 3-second timer, the emitter changes its visual state and checks is bound for runtime evidence. It then calls broadcast with true. Unreal invokes each compatible bound handler. The order of receivers should not be gameplay logic, so each handler must be independent. Broadcast is safe when there are no listeners, and is bound is optional here. We keep it because the log proves that subscriptions existed before dispatch. These are real off-screen frames from the saved delegate demo map. Before dispatch, the blue door is closed, the beacon is inactive, and the button is ready. At broadcast, the button turns orange, the door reports opening 46%, and the beacon is already green. At completion, the doorway is clear at 90 degrees and the beacon remains active. The visible states match the same Boolean event recorded by both receiver logs. Automation verifies that OnSignalChanged is reflected as a multicast delegate and carries the BlueprintAssignable property flag. It confirms that both receiver UFUNCTIONs exist, checks default states, and protects the door's 0, halfway, completion, and clamped angles. The real runtime log then proves both AddDynamic bindings is bound true, one broadcast, both handlers receiving true, a 90-degree door, an active beacon, and a clean exit. The test passed with 1 success and 0 failures. The reusable pattern is 4 steps. Declare an event signature. Expose a delegate property on the broadcaster. Bind matching UFUNCTION handlers from interested receivers. Broadcast only the event data that subscribers need. Use multicast delegates for score updates, objective changes, health events, pickups, switches, user interface refreshes, and other one-to-many notifications. Avoid treating them as a hidden replacement for all direct calls. Prefer them when the broadcaster should not own or enumerate every response.